Oh, Terraria. It's one of those games I've been playing on and off for over a decade now, and I've still never beaten.
Girls never even made a Zenith, what a noob!
Okay, just let me explain. To be fair, most of my time playing Terraria was in the pre-Moonlorn days, and the game's just really hard. I've tried a lot of full playthroughs before, but the farthest I've ever gotten to is Plantera, and then I just kind of get burnt out. But today, that changes. Today I'm going to beat Terraria after a full decade of semi-consistently playing through hard mode with a couple friends, like every 3 years or so, and then giving up. Today, I take back my glory. Pre-hard mode was pretty standard and smooth, honestly. I'm familiar enough with the progression system to get through it. That doesn't change the fact that this game is still hard. There we go. Oh, reliable. And I already died. I'm not really feeling super confident about my chances mano-y-mano with this slime with my little... whatever the hell this is. Oh my god, what? This is so unfair. This is so unfair. Oh my god. This thing is broken! This game's actually so bad. It's actually so bad. It's actually terrible. This is actually the worst game. Alright, Super Pro MLG Tip. You can use these to very easily find, like, the floating island shits. This is one of the very few gameplay tricks I remember because my brother showed it to me one time. It's weird I know shit like this, but then, like, test answers I can never remember. Ooh, that means there's something up here, right? If these guys are up here? Or are they just bullying me for fun? I knew it, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. You can't hide your treasures from me. I will colonize you. Oh, there it is. I don't know why it's lazy, but it's the Star Fury. This thing's so busted early in. Yeah, it literally summons stars from the sky. I'd like to see some slimes try to mess with me now. Thing is busted. I'm not supposed to have this early in the game. After gathering very basic gear, I took on the Eye of Cthulhu. Shoot! Shoot! I'm not even gonna, like, YouTuber trope this. This fight is super anticlimactic. Let's do it again! The Brain and Skeletron were equally underwhelming, to be honest. And after mining enough Hellstone for a complete set and destroying a Goblin Army, I was ready to take down the Wall of Flesh with relative ease. Augers. This is where this challenge really starts. The mechanical bosses in hard mode are a huge step up in difficulty. It was immediately clear that I wasn't just going to be able to half-ass my way through this, so I took the time to farm for full titanium armor, which is the best armor available to me at this point, but it also became immediately clear that I was going to need a new primary weapon. The Star Fury had carried me up until this point, but it was a pre-hard mode weapon, and it just kind of sucked now. I scoured through the wiki for a weapon, and eventually decided to make a phase saber. I mean, it's a lightsaber, obviously it's going to be really good. Yo, what's up, man? No, I'm just playing Terraria, making the lightsaber. Oh, why am I making lightsaber? It's really good. It has half as much damage as the titanium sword. What? It's a fucking lightsaber. It cuts through any known metal. Have they even watched Star Wars? So I had to make a last second change into what weapon I was going to make. Luckily, I could repurpose the materials I used to gather the lightsaber to make the chick, which is a pretty good yo-yo. It may sound stupid making a yo-yo over a lightsaber, but yo-yos are actually a full weapon class in Terraria, and they're really good. This choice was aided by the fact that I actually had a yo-yo phase when I was younger, and I got really into yo-yoing for about a year or two. It all started when I watched the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody episode, where there's this yo-yo contest, and this guy comes in and he does all this crazy tricks, who I think was actually a professional yo-yoer. It's so sick. I definitely would recommend it. At this point, I thought I was more than prepared, so I decided it was time to start trying to take on the mechanical bosses, which was pretty poor judgment on my part. It was clear that I just wasn't ready. I wasn't strong enough. I realized I have this habit of rushing into things and that I just needed to prepare more. So I did some of the not so important things, like actually made potions that would help me in the fight and crafted wings, which are pretty much a necessity to beat any of the mechanical bosses. I also actually got the equipment that increases my melee damage, resistance, and speed, which I really should have just done in the first place. But most importantly, I went to the source of yo-yo knowledge, the holy text of yo-yoers everywhere. I went to episode 3, Broken Yo-Yo, of season 1 of The Sweet Life on Deck.
You're going down! Then up, then down!
I watched every clip of Johan Joe, Yo-Yo. I studied, I took notes, and I practiced. And Lord knows I was about to destroy the mechanical bosses. Suck my dick! fucking go. Just run, just run, just run. Fuck you. Never even worried, baby. Fresh off the high of defeating all 3 mechanical bosses, I moved on to Plantera. I mined chlorophyll in order to make turtle armor, which was a slight upgrade over my titanium armor. More importantly, I built an arena, or more accurately should say bombed out an arena, and was ready to take on Plantera. I don't know if I just had really good gear or something, but Plantera was far and away the easiest boss fight in this entire game, like easier than the Eye of Cthulhu, which makes no sense because she's like one of the latest hard mode bosses. Because of how easy the Plantera fight was, I decided just to go straight into the Golem fight, completely overconfident, and yeah, I got my ass kicked. It was pretty clear I needed an upgraded weapon. I had kind of just been using whatever yo-yo randomly got dropped to me, so I decided to start a solar eclipse. This way I could farm the mini boss Mothron, which is supposed to have a pretty good chance of dropping the Eye of Cthulhu yo-yo, which is the second best yo-yo in the entire game. It took me a few tries though. Finally, holy poop. 154? That's double, what the hell? This thing's busted. Holy shit, it melts. But more importantly, I watched the entire Yo-Yo episode of The Sweet Life of Zack Cody on deck again. And this time, I watched the entire thing, cover to cover, all 30 minutes of it.
Okay, maybe a little trick. Do you think I'm a bad person? No.
This is the worst shit I've ever watched besides the yo-yo
Why do I feel
parts.
so guilty?
I now had more yo-yo knowledge than any mortal ever should, and more than enough to complete the endgame of Terraria. And I don't know much, but I know one thing. I would not want to be Golem right now. I'm melting this guy. Oh my lord. After farming Golem 3 times, I had enough materials to upgrade my turtle armor into Beetle Armor. At this point, I was an unstoppable yo-yo force, and I decided to showcase my unmatched power on the pirate invasion who dared to challenge me.
I killed them. I killed them all. They're dead. Every single one of them.
However, the final boss of Terraria is a completely different ballgame. I have never faced the Moon Lord before, but I've heard it's a difficulty spike like no other. It was going to take inhuman yo-yo abilities to take down a titan like that. So instead of farming for the best gear in the game, I went and stalked the casting list for The Sweet Life of Zack Cody and found Johan Joe's real name. Using that, I conducted a thorough background check to find out he has a whole competitive catalog of yo-yoing, and also uploads them all to his YouTube. From there, I watched so many decade-old yo-yo highlight videos. I was ready. Oh, fuck. How? Just grabbing this tongue? What a freak. You know, at some point, all heads must bow, all tongues must confess. I'm not a good enough yo-yoer for that shit. I am not nearly a good enough yo-yoer to do some shit like that. I sure as hell ain't fighting those pillars again. It's just, you know, sometimes in life it's better just to give up.